Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. To make this braided cardigan you will need a weight 4 yarn and a 6mm crochet hook. So you're going to begin by making a chain of 8. Next you're going to single crochet into the second chain from the hook and then single crochet into every chain all the way to the end. So at the end of that row, chain 1 and then turn your work. And into that very first stitch, into the back loop, you're going to make a single crochet. And then work a single crochet into the back loop of every stitch all the way across. So you're going to repeat that row until you have a total of 60 rows for a size small and a medium, 65 for a size large and extra large, 70 rows for a 2XL and a 3XL, and 75 rows for the 4XL and 5XL. So once you have your required number of rows, you should have something that looks like this. This will be the bottom ribbing of your back panel. So now we're going to be working single crochets all the way across. So begin by chaining 1 and then make your first single crochet. So whatever number of rows you did for the ribbing part, you're going to do the same number in stitches. So if you did 60 rows, like you did for the size small, you will do 60 single crochet. The same for if you did 65 rows for the large, you will do 65 single crochet. So for your next row, chain 3. This will count as your first double crochet. Turn your work. So because this chain 3 counts as your first stitch, you're going to skip that first space and move on to your next. So place a double crochet into the next, and then place a double crochet into the next 3 stitches. So altogether you're going to have 5 double crochet. So once you have your 5 double crochet done, you're going to make a chain of 10. So now you're going to insert your hook into the front loop of your last worked double crochet and then into the center of that post, just like so, and then work a slip stitch. So now you've created a loop. So next you're going to work 5 double crochet. So when you reach your 5th double crochet, you're going to chain 10. Then you're going to insert your hook into the front loop of your last worked double crochet, just like so. and then you're going to insert it into the center of the post of that double crochet, and then you're going to create a slip stitch. So you're going to repeat that until you reach the end. You're going to next make 5 double crochet. On the 5th double crochet, you're going to create 10 chains, and then you're going to slip stitch into the top of your last work double crochet and into the center of your double crochet. So keep going until you reach the end. When you reach the end, you're just going to finish off with 5 double crochet. So for your next row, you're going to chain 1 and then turn your work. And into that very first space, you're going to make a single crochet. And then continue with a single crochet into every stitch all the way across. When you reach the loop, just hold it in the front just to keep it out of your way, and just continue on to the next stitch, making a single crochet. So continue with single crochet all the way across until you reach the very end of the row. Just make sure that you keep count of your number of stitches and you'll be fine. So keep going with single crochet until you reach the very end. So here we are at the end of the row. We're going to place our last single crochet onto the top of that chain 3. So you're going to repeat those last two rows over and over again until your piece measures about 20 inches. If you want it longer, feel free to add more rows. If you want it shorter, just do less rows. So keep going, repeat those last 2 rows. So once you have your required length, your next step is to chain 3, that counts as your first double crochet, so you're going to skip that first space and then work into the next, place another double crochet and continue with double crochet all the way across to the very end. So when you come to the end of the row, do not fasten off, just leave your hook in your work. So now we're going to weave these loops in together. So pull the loop through and keep going just like so, all the way to the very top. So you're going to continue like so all the way up to the top, and then you're going to work all the way across your back panel. The loops at the top should be left unworked just like so. So for your next row, chain 1 and then turn your work. And then you're going to make 5 single crochet. But when you reach your 5th, just insert your hook, grab that loop from behind, insert your hook into that loop, and then finish off your single crochet just like so. Now insert your hook into the next stitch, and then insert that hook into that same loop behind, and then finish off a single crochet. So you're going to repeat, make 4 single crochet. On that 4th single crochet, you're going to insert your hook into that 4th stitch and also the loop behind. Finish off your single crochet. Just like so. Insert your hook into the next stitch and into that loop behind and finish off your single crochet. And then make 4 more single crochet. Just continue this until you reach the end. Then you're going to fasten off and put to one side. So for your first front panel, you're going to chain 8. Then place a single crochet into the second chain from the hook, and then place a single crochet into every chain to the very end. So for your next row, chain 1 and then turn your work. And into that very first space, into the back loop, you're going to place a single crochet. And then make a single crochet into the back loop of every stitch until you reach the very end. So you're going to repeat this row until you have 20 rows in total done for a size small and a medium, 25 rows for a large and extra large, 30 rows for a 2XL and a 3XL, and 35 rows for a 4XL and a 5XL. So now you should have a ribbed band that looks like this. So whatever number of rows you did for your band, you're going to do that same number in single crochet across the edge. So if you did 20 rows, you will be doing 20 single crochet all the way across. So begin by chaining 1 and then place your first single crochet, and then continue with single crochet all the way across. So your front panel is the exact same pattern as your back panel. You're going to have the same two row repeat. So begin by chaining 3. This counts as your first double crochet. And then make 4 more double crochet. So in total, you're going to have 5 double crochet. So just like before, when you reach your 5th double crochet, you're going to make a chain of 10. And just like the back panel, you're going to slip stitch into the last worked double crochet. Then you're going to make 5 more double crochet. When you reach your 5th double crochet, you're going to chain 10 and then you're going to slip stitch into the last worked double crochet, and you're going to keep repeating that all the way across. So when you reach the end of the row, you're going to place 5 double crochet. For your next row, chain 1 and then turn your work. And then you're going to single crochet all the way across your row. So these 2 rows form the pattern. It's just like your back panel. So keep repeating these last 2 rows over and over again until it's the same measurement as your back panel. So you're going to do exactly what you did with the back panel. Keep going with this front panel until it's the same measurement as your back panel, and when it's to your preferred length, you're going to do the row of double crochet just like you did with the back panel, and then you're going to weave all your loops together just to form the braid. And then once you have that done, you're going to do the row of single crochet just to lock those loops down, just the same way you did with the back panel. So just do exactly what you did with the back panel, only for you're doing it over less stitches. And then fasten off and then make your second panel. So for the sleeves, you're going to chain 46 for a size small and medium, 51 for large and extra large, 61 for 2XL and 3XL, and 66 for 4XL and 5XL. So into the second chain from the hook, you're going to place a single crochet, and then place a single crochet into every chain all the way across. So the pattern is the exact same as what you did for the back and the front panels. So begin by chaining 3, this counts as your first double crochet, and then make 4 more double crochet. So when you reach your 5th double crochet, you're going to do 10 chains. And then you're going to slip stitch into the last worked double crochet just like so. And then you're going to do 5 more double crochet and then do your chain 10 again, and then slip stitch into the top of that double crochet. So continue like that until you reach the end. So at the end of the row you're left with 5 stitches, so do 1 double crochet into each of those 5 stitches. So the second row is the same as what you did for all the other parts of your cardigan. Chain 1 and then you're going to single crochet all the way across. Just make sure to keep count of your stitches. So you're going to repeat those last 2 rows over and over again until your sleeve measures about 17 inches. So you should have something that looks like this. So next, chain 3 and you're going to double crochet all the way across. So next you're going to weave all your loops together to form your braids, just like I showed before. So next, chain 1, and then make 5 single crochet. So when you arrive at your 5th double crochet, insert your hook and then grab that loop from behind, insert your hook into that and then finish off your single crochet. Then move on to the next stitch, insert your hook and then also insert it into the loop, the same loop behind, and then finish off your single crochet. And then make 4 more single crochet. When you reach your 4th, insert your hook and also insert it into the next loop and then finish off your single crochet. Then move on to the next stitch, insert your hook and then insert it into the same loop behind and then finish off your single crochet. And then make 4 more single crochet. So repeat that all the way across to the very end. So for the next row, chain 1 and then make 3 single crochet. Then single crochet 2 together, insert your hook, pull your yarn through, insert your hook into the next stitch, pull your yarn through, yarn over and pull through 3. So repeat that, single crochet 3 stitches, and then single crochet 2 together. So repeat that all the way across. You're going to make 3 single crochet and then single crochet 2 together, 3 single crochet, 2 single crochet together. Repeat that all the way to the very end. For your next row, chain 1 and then turn your work. Single crochet into the next 2 stitches. And then single crochet 2 together. So repeat that all the way across. You're going to make 2 single crochet and then you're going to single crochet 2 together, then 2 single crochet and then 2 single crochet together. So repeat that all the way across. So at the end of that row, you're going to make a chain of 8. So you're going to turn your work slightly and you're going to work back along that chain. So single crochet into the second chain from the hook and then single crochet into the next 6 chains. This is the top of your sleeve, the last row you did of your sleeve. So slip stitch into that single crochet and then into the next. So you've made 2 slip stitches. And then you're going to turn your work. And then you're going to work a single crochet into the back loops only of the next 7 single crochet. So at the end of the row, chain 1 and then turn your work. And then you're going to work 7 single crochet, working only into the back loops. And then you're going to slip stitch into the next single crochet and then make another slip stitch into the following single crochet. So now turn your work slightly and then you're going to work 7 single crochet, working only into the back loops all the way across. So work 7 single crochet. So repeat that pattern all the way across. So now you should have something that looks like this. So cut your yarn, leave a long tail. So now grab your back panel and have the textured side facing down. Grab your front panel and lay it on top like so. And then grab your second front panel and lay that down. And now you're going to single crochet across there and there. So here I have the front panels attached to my back panel, so it should look like this. So now just lay the entire piece out flat like this, and you're going to grab your sleeve and you're going to fold that lengthways. So just fold it over with the right side inside, and where the sleeve folds over, grab that stitch. This is just the easiest way to find your middle stitch. So keep a hold of that stitch, grab a stitch marker, and where the seam is at the shoulder, you're going to connect that stitch to that seam with a stitch marker. Add more stitch markers here if you want to make sure that it's secure. So now you're going to single crochet all the way across. So insert your hook, and then grab a piece of yarn and pull that through. Just tie a knot just to secure your yarn. Then insert your hook back in again and pull your yarn through, and then chain one and just single crochet the two pieces together just like so. Repeat the same thing for the other sleeve on the other side. And once you have that done, fold your piece over and then single crochet down along the sides. And then turn your piece right side out so the textured side is facing you. And we're going to attach our yarn here, and we're going to single crochet all the way around until we're at the other side. So attach your yarn to this bottom corner, insert your hook and pull your yarn through and just tie a knot. Then insert your hook back in and pull your yarn through, and then chain one, and into that same space make your first single crochet. So continue making single crochets all the way around the inner edge of your cardigan until you reach the other side. So once you reach the other side, you're going to chain 6. Then single crochet into the second chain from the hook, and then single crochet into the next 4 chains. So now slip stitch into that next single crochet. These are the single crochets that are in the inner edge of your cardigan. So make your slip stitch and then slip stitch into the next stitch. So you've made 2 slip stitches. Turn your work slightly and then working into the back loops only, you're going to single crochet into the next 5 single crochet. So next chain 1 and then turn your work and into the back loops only make 5 single crochet. Then slip stitch into the next stitch. And then into the next stitch. So you've made 2 slip stitches. So you're going to repeat that again. You're going to turn your work and then working into the back loops only, you're going to make 5 single crochet. Then chain 1, then turn your work, then working into the back loops only, you're going to make 5 single crochet. Then slip stitch into the next single crochet and then make another slip stitch into the next single crochet. So repeat that, turn your work, working into the back loops only, make 5 single crochet. And you're going to repeat this all the way around the entire inner edge of your cardigan until you reach the opposite side. And you should have something that looks like this. So all you've left to do now is just weave in your ends and you're finished. If you like this tutorial, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe. Until next time, take care.